Should I check to see if we're live? Could I reach better?
What page we on?
GMS Dallas 144.
Yeah, there we go. I just got it.
Cool. Beautiful.
Okay, we good.
Come.
All right, Shalom.
Shalom.
I want to start off by giving all praises to
Yahweh, Ba'Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'Hashem, Rakakodash.
Double honors to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to the Akim teaching about the mind, wild mouth, that's the sincerity and truth. So, brothers from GMS Dallas, and Lord allowed us to get together today. You know what I'm saying? I want to get into Easter, the madness behind so-called Easter. Get into some truth today. You know what I'm saying? They shutting things down to where we got to get together when we can get together. Sometimes we can go to camp. Sometimes we meet up. We doing what we can until the Lord is going to be the one that's going to tell us when this famine hit. So anytime we get a chance to get together, we want to make sure we do so in the spirit of Yahweh Ba'Hashem, Yahweh Shai, so that this truth can come out. You know what I'm saying? Because our people need it very badly at this point. You know what I'm saying? Words can't express how much our people need it. So what we're going to do is we're going to get into some scriptures going into Easter, going into the origins of it, and how that has nothing to do with the scriptures. Easter bunnies and all that stuff, man. You know what I'm saying? We're going to touch on as much as we can for as long as the Spirit allow, and Lord willing to be edifying. Let's go.
Come. This is the book of Acts, chapter 12, verse 1. Now about that time, Herod the king stretched forth his hand to vex certain of the church, and he killed James, the brother of John, with the sword. And because he saw it pleased the Jews, he proceeded further to take Peter also. Then were the days of unleavened bread, and when he had apprehended him, he put him in prison and delivered him to 4 quadrants of soldiers to keep him, intending after Easter to bring him forth to the people.
All right, intending after Easter. And Easter is lined up, so-called Easter is lined up with the Passover.
Yeah.
You see, when you get into Acts chapter 12, verse 4, and you actually go into that word Easter, you're going to see what it's actually speaking of.
Right.
All right.
That's right. And, you know, when we see what's going on today, this whole Easter thing and what the Lord got going on, man, you know, the Lord is shutting everything down right now. But we're going to go into, as the bishop's going into, how this day is completely unspiritual. All right. And a lot of people, especially Jake, namely you, Jake, celebrate it, and you lift it up as his high holy day, and you'll read the scripture to justify it. Okay, you'll read the scripture to justify it, but as we're getting ready to go into, we're getting ready to show you what this actually means, man.
Like I would say, the word for Hebrew is Pascha, which is Pasak in the Hebrew. It says the Paschal feast, the feast of the Passover, extending from the 14th to the 20th day of the month of Nisan. You know what I'm saying? Going into the first of the year.
Right.
So the Easter, according to the scriptures, is actually speaking of the Passover, which goes back to the Israelites and the Most High delivering his people from Egypt.
Right.
The whole situation with Moses and the splitting of the Red Sea and all of that. Nothing about Easter bunnies and hunting for Easter eggs and all that stuff. That's something completely different.
That's right, brother.
All right. Let's see.
Come.
You got it.
Yeah, for sure. That was pretty much the main point on that one, man. But as we're seeing, as he's going into looking the history up, man, the Lord, Yahweh Ba'Hashem, Yahweh Shai, and I got this precept too to pull up after I mention this, but he's clearly showing you that these days that you hold high and mighty, man, the Lord ain't dealing with it right now. You got all these churches that shut down, certain Walmarts that shut down, and that's actually a huge deal.
Right.
And I found that out yesterday when I was at Kroger. I was wondering why it was so packed. I was like, man, why is it so packed? You know, which in my mind, I was thinking because of the whole famine that's taking place.
Yep.
You know, but she's like, no, it's Easter and Walmart's not going to be open like that. You know, so it made me think of, well, this is the mighty work that Yahweh Ba'Hashem, Yahweh Shai is doing right now. Okay, and I got this precept here in the book of Amos, the 5th chapter. And I'm going to pull it out because this is what we're seeing right now. Okay, so this is Amos chapter 5. I'm going to start at verse 18. And it says, woe unto you that desire the day of the Lord. To what end is it for you? The day of the Lord is darkness and not light. And these people celebrate this whole Easter thing. We came up in the churches, celebrated it, but they're pretty much like, you know, their mind is blessed be the Lord. But you go into the origins of Easter, that goes back to East Star. which is the queen of heaven. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to keep reading. It says, as if a man did flee from a lion and a bear met him and went into the house and leaned his hand on the wall and a serpent bit him, meaning that you ain't going to escape your judgment. Right. All right. You got a lot of Christians that's like, you know, excited about, you know, they'll call it, what they call it? They'll call it the rapture. You know what I'm saying? And they'll talk about the rapture and they'll give a whole doctrine, a false doctrine about this rapture where they don't have any understanding. We're getting ready to see the day of the Lord. Right. We see famines. We see stores that's closed down, and these people are in a down state of mind right now, man. No, you got it, brother.
And when you speak of the rapture, hell, at least include the elect's sake, man, because this is for the elect's sake. You want to talk about the rapture? Why don't you talk about the 144, man?
Right.
For the men who's been doing the work on the highways and byways, and how this place is going to be destroyed, man. Because it's not going to be you Negroes, you so-called Latinos and Native Americans who's worshiping these wicked ass high holy days. I mean, so-called high holy days here in America, man. Y'all ain't gonna be beamed up, more so burnt up, man.
Right.
You still got that in Amos, right?
Yeah, I still got it right here.
Read that again, bro.
Come. It says, as if a man did flee from a lion and a bear met him.
You got to the I hate your feast days?
Oh, I was gonna get to that.
Okay, come. I thought you had already got to it. So
no, that's all good. Verse 20. Shall not the day of the Lord be darkness and not light, even very dark and no brightness in it?
That's what I'm saying. But you got all these people that's waiting on the day of the Lord. So they say.
So they say. Yep.
So they say. Because they thinking that it's going to be all hugs and kisses and roses and candy. You see, but we're going to get into what it's going to actually be.
That's right.
You see, because the people that are celebrating these feast days that the Lord despised, Easter is one of them.
Right. That's
you
right.
See?
Bro.
So when the Lord come back to judge, He going to be judging Easter celebrators and Easter egg hunters.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Verse 21. I despise your feast days.
I'll say the Lord hates Easter. Because Easter ain't got nothing to do with the scriptures, man.
Right.
The Lord listed all the high holy days in what's that Leviticus? Deuteronomy 23.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He gave us a list of all the high holy days, and when you get into the high holy days, according to the scripture, they all go into glorifying the Heavenly Father for delivering us from situations that we wouldn't have been able to get out of without Him. You know what I'm saying? Passover being one of them.
Yeah.
You see, Passover is a high holy day where Yahweh delivered His people, the Israelites, from their enemies.
Right.
You see, and that was something that was to be kept from generation to generation.
Right.
The Passover.
That's right.
Easter is new compared to Passover.
That's right.
You see,
That's right.
and even when you look up the word Easter, it goes back to Passover.
That's right. That's right.
So you ain't got no excuse. You ain't got no excuse. Right. You know what I'm saying? Because a nigga will tell you, show me where it say America in the Bible. But that same nigga will celebrate Easter.
Right.
Nigga Easter talk about the Passover ark. Going hard. Talk about your mama, all that shit. He looked that up, but he didn't look up. You see what I'm saying?
No.
But that's what I'm saying. Hey, but it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Those stumbling blocks we understand that those stumbling blocks were set up for the will of the Lord to be done, man.
That's right.
You see?
That's right.
No, you got
it. If I can say this, Elder, like how the high holy days from the Lord have us celebrate getting out the hands of our enemies. You know, it's contrary here. Our people celebrate their captivity here.
That's what it is. Great point, bro.
Bro, anything that's contrary here, so like anything that's to be in high praises here is contrary to Yahweh Shemashah.
That's right.
Jake celebrates Juneteenth. Celebrate
Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving, which was the slaughter of the tribe of Gad. Okay.
And Reuben.
Yeah, and Reuben, man. Jake was everything that goes against Yahweh Shemashah. Jake is what's the brothers reading in Amos chapter 5. Jake is ready and willing with the party favors and all, man.
Yep.
Ready to big kick it and grill out.
Yep. I was saying Jake will have a day off.
That's right.
As long as Jake got the day off, they content.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? But what we do through the Spirit, man, we use our paid time off. We use our PTO to be able to celebrate the high holy days, man. Right. You know what I'm saying? Day of Atonement. I actually got as a part of my PTO, we have a celebration leave. That's one full shift, one day, to where you can use it for whatever you want to use it for. You know what I'm saying? And then you got people that use it for their birthday. You got people that use it for Valentine's Day because they want to make sure they do everything up for their spouse or whatever. Make sure they dedicate that whole day to them. You know what I'm saying? but I choose to use mine for the Day of Atonement.
That's right. That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's right, brother.
I try to set it up. I try to set up my PTO to where I can be in line with the high holy days. You know what I'm saying? Because that's where the Spirit done led me to, man. Because I'm already off on Thanksgiving. I'm already off on Christmas and all those other days. You know what I'm saying? I'm already off on those days, but to avoid any confusion, I work on those days. You know what I'm saying? Hey, you coming over for this or coming over for that? Hey, I got to work, man. You know, hey, it is what it is. Hey, you got to do what you got to do, though. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's situation is different.
That's right.
But this Easter shit, you know what I'm saying? It's worth a Google.
Right, that's all it is. Like when you really look at it, bro, with Jake celebrating it, they get the most abominable beast to eat, and that's that honey glazed ham.
Yep.
You know, and it's really the same mentality that Jake had. Well, you remember when Moses went on Mount Sinai and got the law, statutes, commandments from the Most High, and he went back down, and Jake was in that spirit of partying, playing, eating, drinking, which is the same state the world is in when we read in the book of Matthew, the 24th chapter, where Yahweh said, you know, as in the days of Noah, so was now, where they were eating and drinking. You know, this is a lot of these feast days, and when you read this here in Amos 5, it says, I hate and I despise your feast days.
Right.
Okay, and this is Jake that's getting involved in it. Now, back then, when you read this, you had a lot of Jake that was pretty much being wicked, but they were still trying to keep those high holy days. And then they was putting their own little twist to it, like Jeroboam did. You remember that for the certain days that we actually had the high holy days, he would blaspheme it, and he would set an abominable beast or set up idols and such. They tried to freak it, just like this whole Easter thing. Goes into the Passover, but they're turning it into Easter. And it's around that same time period, man. But the Lord says he hates. And by the way, for all you people that say God don't hate, it says it right here, man. So all that pork that you cook and all that ham that you cooking, man, and that's a smoking Yahweh Shem Yahweh's nose. You know?
Right, brother.
Jesus likes that. Jesus wants that.
Oh, it's no holds barred with Jesus.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, it's whatever. Yeah, it's whatever with Jesus, man.
You know? God. You got a precept though?
Whatever. If you want to keep it, or you want me to go to Isaiah 66?
It's a little more on this. Con. I'm going to read Amos 5:21 again. It says, I despise your feast days, and I will not smell in your solemn assemblies. Woo! He won't even smell.
We're going to get into the Lord's Passover, too.
Con, that's a bet.
Yeah.
It says, though ye offer me burnt offerings and your meat offerings, I will not accept them, neither will I regard the peace offerings of your fat beasts.
That's what I'm saying. That's the Lord telling you straight up that he ain't with it, man. You see, the Lord said, look, you can say you doing this in my name all you want to. I'm not hearing that, man.
That's right.
Period, point blank. That's what the Lord is saying, man. And when you tell people that, they get offended. Like, bro, you offended the Lord first. You offended the Lord first, man. You see, the scriptures talk about, no. The people say that the Lord was born December 25th. According to the scriptures, they say he was born during the Passover and he died during the Passover. Where do December 25th come in at?
Right. That's right.
You see?
That's right. Exactly.
That's one of those, but that's what I'm saying. That's one of those feast days that the Lord hates. The reason why he hates those feast days is because he didn't set those up. He didn't set up no feast days for you to chase Easter eggs and big fluffy rabbits and all that. Nah, man, that ain't what the Lord created rabbits for.
Yeah.
Right.
You see?
That's right.
And our people worship these things, man, and they try to blame it on their kids. They use their kids as a scapegoat.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? We just doing it for the kids. Look, man, the kids don't give a damn about none of that. Kids play the kids, the love you give your kids, the food, the shelter, the attention you give your kids is enough.
That's right.
Period, point blank. I want to say, because I'd never forget the first time my family took my niece, my niece, we took her to Chuck E. Cheese for her birthday. She lost her mind when she seen a 6-foot tall rat. Ain't nothing cool about that.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? We still got the picture of her to this day trying to get out of her damn high trail away from this big ass rat. That ain't got nothing to do with nothing, man.
That's right.
I'll never forget that shit, bro. Man. You got something, bro?
I got Isaiah 66.
Yeah.
Then I got an Exodus 12. Let's get into the Passover.
All right, this is verse 3. He that killeth an ox is as if he slew a man. He that sacrificeth a lamb as if he cut off a dog's neck.
That's right. And that, again, that goes in, even though people don't do the physical, people do physical sacrifices now, and them wicked ones do. Yeah. But when you go into these folly days, all right, you can liken that honey glazed ham that you get You know, you can liken all the food that you're getting for this Easter bullshit. You can liken it to this here written in Isaiah the 66th chapter.
That's right.
You know, and he's likening pretty much, so you can substitute he that slayeth the ox, you can substitute that with him that go to the store and buyeth this, that, and the third or whatever. And this can even apply to a lot of you other camps that are out there that are very over righteous, very wicked. You know, you can be likened to y'all as well, man, because as we're getting ready to go into the Passover, as the elder said, we're gonna talk about you guys too.
I was like the brother, brother GMS faith-based Israelite. He say, since when the hell do rabbits lay eggs anyway?
Bro.
He say Jesus in love with that pork.
Man, Jesus love pork, bro. Jesus get mad at you for not wanting to eat pork, bro.
Oh man.
And these people look at you like you crazy when you say, you want some of this? But no, I'm good. You don't even got to tell them you don't eat pork.
Nah.
You deny it and they look at you.
Bro,
like
you can
crazy.
just not be hungry.
Yeah.
You can just not be hungry. They'll still find fault with you. I already ate. I just finished my lunch a few minutes ago. Oh man, come on, man. You can take one bite, man. My grandma put her foot in it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They'll try to convince you, bro. And they'll let you know. That's what let you know.
That's
you
right.
know?
Come.
All right, this GMS Shabbatazah Shalom, brother.
Shalom.
Yahbashim Al Shabbarakatah.
Shalom.
Yeah, he got Isaiah 65.
That's
It says, a people that provoketh me to anger continually to my face, that sacrifice in gardens and burn incense upon altars of brick. Verse 4, it says, which remain among the graves and lodge in the monuments, which eat swine's flesh, and broth of abominable things is in their vessels.
Gumbo.
Which stand by thyself, come not near me, for I am holier than thou. You see, these are smoke in my nose and a fire that burneth all day, man. You see, so when you try to tell the Israelites that these feast days that the Lord despised, when you say that he despises those things, they get offended, man. And they get holier than thou, and they tell you going to hell.
Right.
And then bring out Acts 10. Like, bro, Acts 10 is not what that's talking about.
But see, the thing, but this is the difference. The people that celebrate Easter, they'll tell you going to hell and all these different things like that. But when we tell you that Easter is not talking about Easter eggs and rabbits, we're telling you to repent. We're not just cutting you off. We're telling you that you can repent from that and come back to the Heavenly Father. You know what I'm saying? But they condemn you to hell when you trying to be righteous.
Yeah.
You know? But hey, that's the battle that the Lord set up.
That's right, brother. It's a little more than that.
Oh yeah, come on, got you. This is back in Isaiah chapter 66, verse 3. I'm gonna start back at top.
Come.
He that killeth an ox is as if he slew a man. He that sacrificeth a lamb as if he cut off a dog's neck. He that offereth an oblation as if he offered swine's blood. He that burneth incense as if he blessed an idol. Yea, they have chosen their own ways, and their soul delighteth in their abominations.
Bro, they've chosen their own ways, and that's why we can tell these people what they're doing is wrong.
Yeah.
But they don't want to hear it, man. Because they're heavily into idols, because it's Jake, man. Jake is wicked as hell, bro. And Jake, you tell Jake something that they ain't supposed to be doing and prove it to them in the scriptures, that not only do they go back to that wickedness, but they go 10 times harder in it, man.
Yeah.
They go 10 times harder in it.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know?
And from that verse, it's like even with the lawful foods, it's still a stink unto the Most High,
right?
Because your offering is not of the Most High,
right?
Your offering is just like it says. I'll read it again. Yea, they have chosen their own ways, and their soul delighteth in their abominations. Where y'all at around the true Pesach, man? The true Easter, man.
Yeah.
Where are y'all at then, man?
Yep.
You guys, we sit here and let y'all know how Hanach should be celebrated, man. The true way to give gifts, man. It lasts eight days, and y'all sit here worshiping a damn phallus, man.
Right.
Y'all sitting here worshiping a phallus on a weak ass gifts that your kids don't deserve, overpriced jewelry that your wife don't deserve.
It's only for that weekend, though.
Yeah, only for the weekend.
Only for that weekend. Only for that weekend.
Yeah.
Good Friday.
Oh man.
But he rose on Sunday.
Right.
Bro, that ain't 3 days.
That's 2.
It's like after the 3rd day. Going into the 4th day.
That's 2 days. They celebrating early as hell.
Good Friday, nigga. Bruh. Good fucking Friday.
Bro. Ooh. If I may. you see the energy of these people, right? Usually around this time of the year, they're in cheer and stuff.
Yep.
Friday wasn't good, bro.
Nope.
Brothers
No mention of it.
No mention of it, bro.
No mention of it.
Brothers was on the highways, man. It was a ghost town. Bro, I didn't even know it was Easter until yesterday when I was at Kroger, when I was wondering why it was so damn packed, bro. And she looked at me like I was crazy. I was like, what's going on? Which, you know, in my mind, I'm trying to get in their mind because I know we all know it's famine coming. So I'm thinking it's due to the famine. And she kind of looked at me. She was like, Easter's tomorrow. And I was like, oh, shit. I forgot all about that. And she kind of gave me that look, which I did it on purpose.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I did that on purpose.
Wise as
You
a
know.
serpent, harmless as a dove.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, man, our job is to observe and report, man.
That's right, bro.
When we are out in public, man, we report what we see, man.
And y'all, bro, we in Texas. We're in Dallas to be exact. Bro, they shut down 300 parks. They shut down 300 parks.
Man, that's a lot.
You know what I'm saying?
That's a big deal.
So
And usually the park is open when nothing else is.
Yeah. So Easter egg hunt in the backyard, y'all, that shit gonna be whack. You can't have too many people in private gatherings. Now they haven't gone full balls to the wall like Michigan and some other states have took more austere measures. But it's coming to that point, man.
That's right.
It's coming to that point. Ain't gonna be a time where this us brothers can go into the grocery store like this brother did. Now, why is it so packed? No, it's gonna be even heavier.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's right. Michigan is a lot more Jake, especially the Southern Kingdom.
Yeah.
You see the way they locking down on Jake right now, man. They're gonna use Jake as the face of this stuff, man. And again, that's the Lord slapping you upside your face for being a demon, man. You know.
In a time like this, you worried about a gift Easter basket for your 5-year-old,
right?
And it's Easter egg hunt.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Which we know why, because you're trying to take your mind off the high employment. It's at 17 million.
You're gonna have to find a way to hide all them eggs in a 1-bedroom.
Yeah, real talk, bro.
Yeah.
Real talk, bro. Bro, I was
got an Easter egg hunting with a 1-bedroom flat.
Yeah,
fishing
tripping, bro. Bro, I was at work on Good Friday. I was at work, right, and I went to the cafeteria. You know, and they got little Easter baskets with candy. Bro, that candy was full to the rim, bro. That candy was all the way full to the top. These niggas don't give a damn about this Easter, bro.
Man,
you know
niggas take free candy any day.
Bro.
Yeah, nigga ain't even in the spirit to eat free candy, bro. I can only imagine what it's gonna look like come Halloween. At this rate, at this rate, man, bro, these holidays, I mean, these so-called holidays, man, they finna, bro, people ain't interested, man.
Right.
People ain't interested, man.
That's right.
You know, bro, Easter is huge. Easter is huge in the Christian world, man.
Yeah.
Not no more, man.
These pastors' pockets is hurting.
Yeah, that's right. The Lord is destroying these people's devices, man.
They having to dip into their stash now.
Yeah,
because the money was free flowing. But you see, I saw something to where they got the drive-through. You know what I'm saying? At the churches to where people could come, they could drop stuff off, they could pick up certain things from the church or whatever. But they still put it to where you can come drive through and drop them types off.
Right, that's right.
Yeah, don't get it twisted. Yeah, famine my ass, nigga. Quarantine. Yeah, come talk to me about no quarantine. You gonna pay these types, nigga.
Yeah,
I would
mail them hoes, nigga. Yeah, mail them hoes.
I would be very curious to see how long their live streams are now.
Gone.
Bro, TD Jake's been on fire though. Shit, that nigga been preaching like a hoe. Say,
I got
ain't no truth coming out, but shit, he feeding his flock.
God.
He feeding his flock. You know what I'm saying?
God, yep. This is Isaiah 19:3. It says, "And the spirit of Egypt shall fail in the midst thereof, and I will destroy the counsel thereof." And that's what we talking about right now. You know, and they shall seek to their idols like TD Jakes.
Right.
You know, he's an idol within himself.
Right.
And people are flooding those live shows of TD Jakes and such, man. People flooded to it. And to their charmers, which this nigga's a charmer too. And he's just a mere example out of all these deceivers that are out here, man.
Right.
He's just a mere example of it. And to them that have familiar spirits, and to the wizards. And the Egyptians will I give over into the hands of a cruel Lord, and a fierce king shall rule over them, saith the Lord of hosts. The Lord getting ready to judge, bro.
That's right.
All right, these people went all up and down, went hard on their wickedness, and they still doing it now. But now they seeing, man, it's now they seeing how bad it's getting.
Yep.
Right.
They seeing how horrible it's getting right now, man. And this is a question that the priest Bon Sapat's been saying this a lot lately, man. what? Excuse my French. Where the fuck is your God at, man?
Right.
All these people that's supposed to have this faith in this God and this Easter and all these different days, now all the stuff is taking place and people are in fear right now, man.
That's right.
Masks on, gloves on, even by themselves they wearing the mask. Like you gonna
in your own vehicle.
You scared of catching coronavirus from yourself, nigga?
Bro, I seen a nigga eating snacks with gloves on.
Oh goodness gracious.
Like, bro, the snacks is the glove. You done touched everything.
Man,
This nigga eating peanuts with the gloves on. I said, God, this nigga might as well shoot himself in the head.
yeah.
Like, but it just goes to show you how, even though people are panicked, it ain't no thought process,
Right,
bro.
right.
These people don't think
Yeah.
about nothing, bro.
Come
You know what I'm saying? All the videos that you seeing, all the still photos that you seeing
That's
of
right.
people bugging the hell out, man.
Yeah.
That's right.
The video with the dude butt naked going head up with parked
man.
cars.
Oh,
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. That's where the world led him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
The
right,
world
man.
led him to do that.
That's right.
Just like the world led us to preach this word, man.
That's right.
The Lord said, look, man, those that sighing and crying, man, get out there, man. Tell them that Easter ain't it. Tell them Christmas ain't it. Tell them ain't no Good Friday, man.
Yep.
Tell them that don't exist. If they don't want to believe it, I handle it.
That's right.
That's what the Lord said, man. You just go tell them. I don't worry about nothing but you doing your part. We go out there and tell them, they hearken or not, the Lord's gonna move.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that was the same thing with the pastor. The Lord said, look, Moses, you need to tell them to put the blood on the doorpost and get ready because I'm finna sweep that bitch.
Right.
That's right.
That's right.
Moses focused on doing just that.
I got a precept.
Con.
This is Ecclesiastes chapter 10, verse 6. Folly is set in great dignity.
It is, man. Folly is setting great dignity, man, because people look at you crazy when you don't dress up in a hot pink 3-piece suit and send your baby girl to chase Easter eggs. You know what I'm saying? Wife sitting on the Easter bunny lap. Shit all out of order, man. All out of pocket.
That's right.
Go ahead.
And the rich sit in low place.
The rich sit in low place, man. You know what I'm saying? Going into the Israelites, man.
That's right.
You see? Especially the elect of the Israelites, man, sitting in low place, man, because we see that this shit is out of pocket.
Yeah,
You see?
Yeah, those same so-called bumalites who's on the highways and byways. Hey, through the spirit, we're getting the last laugh, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, because we told y'all. We told y'all in truth and sincerity and out of love, man. For one, it's our job, alluding to us at Isaiah 28, to preach into all nations, man.
Mm-hmm.
But first and foremost, we out there to seek out the elect, but to also let our nation know, hey, look, man, this is the time to repent, bro.
That's right.
Come out of her, my people. You know what I'm saying? Come out of her. You know, we've been telling y'all that, man. You know, get a job. Hey, well, now your ass out of a job. Now you at the unemployment office. Now you at the food bank. Now you've been furloughed, and now you've been conditioned to social distance yourself, or looking like a goddamn fool, man.
Mm-hmm.
Out here, like the elder said, out here eating snacks with gloves that's contaminated. Like, bro, that's even before the Rona hit, bro.
You washing your gloves off, like your hands?
Yeah, like, bro, in order to fully even be to get out of the way of that disease itself, bro, you have to daily change gloves and face masks, just like the hospitals do.
Mm-hmm.
So technically, you would be doing nothing more than more harm to yourself, like the elder said. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? We hey, and that shows nobody has faith.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, but if you know, by all means, if something is in the air, hey, you know, and you know not too great in the health and the ailments, we get it. But what we also get is you people don't have faith, man.
Right. That's right, bro. Beautiful.
I'm gonna say ISUPK Passover. They still updating people on whether or not they gonna have it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But hey,
The Lord gonna update.
they ain't no different than these other groups.
That's right.
With the 501c3.
Right. That's right, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
Talking about your Passover and what you gonna do and all that, but that's what I'm saying. You ain't heard of not a single Lord willing.
That's right, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
That's right. Come.
Passover might be virtual.
Mm-hmm.
Like, bruh.
That's right, bro.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But it ain't no coincidence. It ain't no coincidence that the Lord putting a halt on
That's
these
right,
on these other Passovers, man.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? John the Baptist ain't in the truth. You got to come under General Yohana, or you ain't in the truth, and all that. You know what I'm saying? That pride that's dripping off them dudes, man.
Mm-hmm.
You see? But what is the Passover for? The Passover is supposed to be covered when the Lord pass. The Lord is gonna pass over the elect of the nation of Israel, just like He did back in Egypt, man.
Come.
You see? And without that blood on your doorpost, you had to put the blood on your doorpost for your house to be passed over.
That's right.
Ain't no blood on their doorpost now because they didn't even get to do no Passover, man. Now they scrambling trying to figure out how they gonna do it. Still not throwing out a Lord willing.
Right.
Still talking about what they gonna do. Don't listen to these niggas out here talking about conspiracy theories.
Yeah.
We gonna have my Passover. My garment gonna be so studded with stones. I'm gonna fall over. What Passover you talking about? You talking about this virtual one? You talking about this online bullshit? Go ahead, man.
You got a precept like you do. And I got that Exodus 12.
I'll finish up on verse 7.
And then after we get into Exodus 12, we can get into the Lord's Passover to show the seriousness, to show the solemnity in both of those.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because you can bring up Hezekiah Passover all you want to, but what happened after that? Destruction. You see? After the Lord's Passover, we going to be delivered. After the Passover during the time of Exodus, we was delivered.
Right.
Focus on the Passover that leads to deliverance, dumbass.
That's right. That's right.
How the fuck about that?
Gone.
Focus on deliverance, man. Or not. Or not.
Gone.
You know what I'm saying? But you it will behoove you to pick the one that's going into deliverance, man.
Yeah, bro. Yeah. Jake don't want to be delivered. They deep down, they want to be down here and comfortable in America, man, because in this flesh they got so-called status. A lot of these other camps got that status, they got the numbers, they got the money and such, and they having an Israelite party.
That's right.
You know, and the Lord is putting a stop to that fucking Israelite party. That Israelite party is no different than when you niggas was down there hip hip hoorah and eating and playing when Moses was up there getting the law, statutes, and commandments, man.
That's right.
It's the same spirit that these guys are in right now, man. And what did the Lord do? The Lord smited a lot of them, and He had mercy on a few of them, like Aaron.
That's right.
You know, and when I said nigga, I ain't including Aaron in that, man. I'm including the ones that got put to death.
Right.
You know. Just had to put that out there, but you
right,
got it.
because we had to distinguish that.
Right.
It's the difference between the two, man.
Yeah.
You see, and if you have that knowledge, why not share it?
Right.
That's right. Yeah, that was it on that.
Okay, Con. Well, I got the we can pass, so I got the Exodus 12 for you right here. I'm gonna just start from the top.
Let's go.
This is Exodus chapter 12, verse 1. And the Lord spake unto Moses and Aaron in the land of Egypt, saying, This month shall be unto you the beginning of months. It shall be the first month of the year unto you.
I was saying that's what lets you know that the Lord wasn't born during December 25th. You know what I'm saying? Because it say that that's the Passover is the first month of the year. He was born during the time of Passover. How do you know? Because Joseph and Mary was looking for a place to stay during the time of the Passover when they came back to Jerusalem.
That's right.
That's when he was born. That's when he was born.
That's right.
We're not gonna argue with you about it.
Very spiritual.
Go ahead.
Verse 3. Speak ye unto all the congregation of Israel, saying, In the 10th day of this month they shall take to them they shall take to them every man a lamb according to the house of their fathers, a lamb for an house. And if the household be too little for the lamb, let him and his neighbor next to his house take it according to the number of the souls.
That's what I'm saying. It even incorporated sharing with your neighbor.
That's right.
During the Passover, during the time of the Passover. You see? Read on.
Right. Every man according to his eating shall make your count for the lamb.
Right.
Your lamb shall be without blemish, a male of the first year. Ye shall take it out from the sheep or from the goats, and ye shall keep it up until the 14th day of the same month. And the whole assembly of the
It's giving instructions on how to do it, man. It's giving instructions on how you need to do what you need to do and how you need to do it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Go ahead.
And the whole assembly of the congregation of Israel shall kill it in the evening, and they shall take of the blood and strike it on the two side posts of the upper doorpost of the house, wherein they shall eat it. All right, and you look at it spiritually, that goes into your mind, man. All right, when you look at the sacrifice of the Passover, you look at it spiritually now, that's talking about Yahushua. Okay, that's talking about Yahushua, but you got a lot of these guys that's making a big deal about having this super Passover. Hey, I remember a few years back when you look at ISPK, and they were bragging and boasting about how they actually slayed a lamb.
Yeah.
And you remember the end of that? Well, a brother took a screenshot of the video and sent it. They had blood all over their hands.
Yep.
And that was very spiritual within themselves, because these are the same exact guys that slain Yahushua, man.
Yep.
These were the same ones that slain the Lamb of the Most High.
And when you watch that video, man, that lamb was scared as hell, man.
Absolutely. Yes, it was.
Lambs just lay down their life, man, but that lamb was shaking and scared and all that. Like 12 say, how you postpone the Passover? The fuck?
Man, real talk, bro. If it's that serious, which we know it's that serious, you don't forget that venue we rented out, man. We need to do this at the crib,
That's what I'm
man.
saying.
As the scriptures say, right here in Exodus 12.
Because at the end of the day, man, is it about the feast and what you got planned for man, or is it about being covered during the time of judgment?
That's
man?
right, bro.
So it's obviously about the Passover itself. As long as your Passover is popping, you cool. That's what I'm saying. You can't postpone a high holy day. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, bro. Yeah, bro. There's no contriteness within their spirits of the Passover,
bro.
Man.
Even with these so-called holidays, man. You know what I'm saying? If you busy on Christmas, you can't just celebrate it next week.
Yeah.
You know what? We're gonna do Christmas a week earlier this year because on the 25th, I'm gonna have to do something. Everybody gonna look at you crazy as hell. So even in the world, that shit ain't gonna fly. Go ahead.
Gone. It says, and they shall eat the flesh in the night, roast with fire, and unleavened bread, and with the bitter herbs they shall eat it.
That's what I'm saying. This nigga talking about seasoning the meat 2 weeks in advance and all this. Bruh, seasoning the meat, studding up your garment.
Right.
Hey, fine.
He said 2 weeks in advance, or
he was talking about they were seasoning the meat.
Wow, right here it says 5 days prior they supposed to do, you know what I'm saying?
Bruh, he was talking about seasoning the meat and all the stuff that he got planned without a Lord willing. You know what I'm saying? They want that money.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's right. That's right. That's right, Zaquan.
Yeah, straight up.
Man, yeah. They got here putting mesquite rub on the lamb, bro.
Come on, bro.
Come on, bro. This ain't no lamb dinner.
But that's what I'm saying. Bro, they not in no hurry to be delivered.
Yeah. Right.
They not in no hurry to get out of here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They like Apostle Ricard said, they gonna have Popeye's biscuits. You know what I'm saying? They gonna have Popeye's biscuits as the unleavened bread.
Yeah, I know, full of leaven.
Yeah, before the Most High called Bond Lawyer home, High Priest Bond Lawyer, he got on a lot of you jakes, man.
Yeah, bro, Jake want to do what they want to do with the menu, bro.
Right.
Yeah, like a buffet, man. Yeah, Bond Lawyer got on there, man.
This the menu.
Yeah.
So like, this the menu.
Baked chicken.
Yeah, fried chicken, orange chicken, mac and cheese. Brothers know the infamous video Bond Lawyer had up, man. And he was calling Jake out, man.
That's right.
He was calling him, man, y'all don't take this seriously, bro.
Right.
Y'all got a golden corral going on, bro. Around something that's supposed to be a solemn assembly, man. So go ahead, bro.
Verse 10. Exodus.
Banana pudding.
Boy.
At the Passover.
Exodus 12 and 10. And ye shall let nothing of it remain until the morning, and that which remaineth of it until the morning ye shall burn with fire. And thus shall ye eat it with your loins girded.
That's what I'm saying. No leftovers. No, bro. The whole point was that we was getting out of there.
Right.
Leftovers is for tomorrow.
Yeah.
Tomorrow we was gonna be gone. You know what I'm saying?
That's right. That's right.
Jake ain't worried about getting out of here, bro.
Man,
Jake ain't worried about getting out of here.
And according to the scriptures, you're not supposed to think about tomorrow. Right.
You know?
Yeah, bro. That's a good point. That's Lord willing.
That's why they didn't take nothing with them. You know what I'm saying? Jake looking for a microwave in the wilderness.
I got a precept for you. This Ezekiel chapter 11, and I'm going to start at verse 2. Then said he unto me, Son of man, these are the men that devise mischief and give wicked counsel in the city.
That's what I'm saying, man. Mischief and give wicked counsel in the city, man. You see? We gonna have our Passover anyway, even if we got to do it online, sucker.
Jack.
Go ahead.
Which say, it is not near, let us build houses.
That's what I'm saying, bro. 2nd Ezra 16 say, yeah, you can build you a house, but don't expect to raise your grandbabies in it. You can build a house for your shelter at that time, but that's a wrap. Expect it to be over. You know what I'm saying? Don't be surprised when the end come, man.
Right.
Go ahead.
It says, this city is the cauldron, and we be the flesh. Meaning you don't plan on going nowhere.
Yeah.
You plan on sitting, simmering, and all of that stuff, man.
Low and slow.
That's a leftover eating lamb mindset, man. On the Passover.
That's right. You know what I'm saying? Because if you seasoning the lamb the way you talking about you gonna season it, you ain't gonna want to just throw that away. You know what I'm saying? Even bro, they might have sincere cooks amongst them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They're just doing what they told.
Yeah.
That's why them hands so fucking bloody, man. Go ahead.
Verse 4. Therefore prophesy against them. Prophesy, O son of man.
That's what I'm saying. They need to be told about themselves,
That's
man.
right.
They need to be told about themselves. They need to be rebuked sharply. You know what I'm saying? So the fear of the Lord can come amongst that congregation, and the elect that's amongst them gonna come out, man. You see? Because if you of the elect, you was of the elect before it was a great millstone, or ISUPK, or IUIC, or any of that. Go ahead.
I got another quick precept.
Let's go.
This Ezekiel 12 and 22 is 2 verses.
The more the better.
It says, "Son of man, what is that proverb that you have in the land of Israel saying, the days are prolonged and every vision faileth?"
That's what I'm saying, man. Jake's, I want to say, you got Jakes that's actually in the claim that they in the truth. You know what I'm saying? They still hold fast to that. Well, it didn't happen in 2000, so what the hell I need to be worried about it for? But bro, it's been 20 years since 2000.
Right.
20 years done passed, bro. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
And the scriptures say that it will not tarry. Just because you think it's taking forever don't mean it's going to take forever. The signs are there. You see? Either it's an angel blocking you or you choosing not to believe. But whatever the reason is, you know what I'm saying? You ain't got it.
That's right, bro.
Go ahead.
Just to break this down, just to land back on what you're saying too. When you read this here in Ezekiel the 12th chapter, back then, this is around the time when the Lord was preparing Ezekiel to let them know that, hey, look, Jerusalem is going to be burnt with fire. You're going to go in captivity. And there was actually a lot of Jake that lost hope. Right. You know, so there was a proverb that was saying, man, the Lord ain't coming back. The visions failed, this, that, and the third. Look, we being destroyed. Look, the Lord ain't saving us right now, man. Now you look at it today, that proverb is more of a mentality, man. And they might outwardly say, oh, we want to go home and get delivered, but their actions speak louder than their words. Right, so that proverb that's being spoke of right here is being shown through these guys' action, man, because through their actions, they feel like this is going to go on forever, man.
Yep.
They got that same mindset as their daddy Esau when you read about it in the book of Psalms, the 49th chapter and the 11th verse, where it said, let us build cities. Let's keep building these cities up, man.
And you know, alluding to Hebrews 13 and 14, we have no continuous city.
That's right.
You know
what I'm saying? Ariella hit it again. If you are over the age of 12 and you still celebrate Easter, you should be ashamed of yourself.
That's right.
You haven't Googled that yet?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And the people that celebrate these holidays are horrible people, man.
Right.
You see? Because the first thing, they call this day celebration of the Lord, but it's all about the Easter bunny and the eggs. You know what I'm saying? And then come Monday, you don't forgot about everything that happened on Good Friday.
Right.
You see? And they go right back, and they go right back to being demons, man. Go ahead.
I'm gonna read verse 22 again, and because it lines up with verse 23. Son of man, what is that proverb that you have in the land of Israel saying, the days are prolonged and every vision faileth? Tell them therefore, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, I will make this proverb to cease, and they shall no more use it as a proverb in Israel, but say unto them, the days are at hand in the effect of every vision. So now we in that time, that day is at hand. That proverb, that living lavish, that big old super Passover that you talked about, knowing damn well it wasn't no Lord willing with it, man. Now we telling you the Passover done. That your Passover ain't gonna happen, player.
That's right.
That Passover you want ain't gonna happen. The days are at hand right now with the Lord getting ready to visit, man.
That's right.
And he finna get you guys to settle on your leaves, man.
That's right.
He's finna get and we prophesying against you, man. The Lord had risen us up to prophesy and tell y'all, man, whether you hear, whether you forbear, so be it, man.
That's right.
We telling you the truth. That was it on that precept.
You got Jake that won't even go out on the highways and the byways no more, man.
Right.
You see? And now is when our people need it the most, man. That's why I say the Lord gonna put forth the decree when we gonna get off the streets, man.
That's right.
But now you've been seeing, even though with this so-called quarantine and shutdown, the Lord still been opening up little pockets for brothers to get it in, man.
That's right.
Go ahead. Oh, you got it.
Come on. I'm gonna get that Hebrews. This is Hebrews chapter 13, starting at verse 14. For here have we no continuing city, but we seek one to come.
We seek one to come, man. That city be in the kingdom, man.
That's right.
You see? The Lord promised the kingdom, man. The Lord promised the kingdom, and he promised the destruction of a kingdom before that.
That's right.
You see? And call Allah Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai for being able to understand these things, man.
That's right.
Because look, man, these niggas finna get caught out there.
That's right.
These people finna get caught out there, man. And they're good.
That's right.
Good. I feel nothing.
That's right.
I feel nothing. Go ahead.
Yeah, we read earlier in Acts 12 when James was beheaded and Peter was put in prison. Hey, you had a lot of Jakes that was cheering that on when that happened, man. Yeah. And this is the same spirit of you guys that we talking about right now. These are the same guys we prophesying against. Back in Exodus 12, though.
I got a quick precept.
Oh, come.
Ariella put up Sirach 33 and 7. It says, why doth one day excel another, when as all the light of every day in the year is of the sun? By the knowledge of the Lord they were distinguished, and he altered seasons and feasts. Some of them he had made high days and hallowed them, and some of them had he made ordinary days, man. And you have to have the understanding of those days,
Right,
man.
right.
You see? And those days that the Lord esteemed are the ones that we gonna follow.
That's right,
not the one that this devil esteemed,
That's
because
right.
the Lord told you that he hate those days.
Mhm.
You see?
That's
So you
right.
glorify the days that the Lord set up, and he told you out his own prophet's mouth
That's right.
that I hate those feasts. I hate Easter.
Right.
I hate Good Friday.
That's right.
Don't come talk to me about no Valentine's Day.
Mhm.
No, we ain't doing Christmas neither. Oh, Thanksgiving? Yeah, chuck that out too.
That's right.
Yeah, we're going to do the Day of Atonement. We're going to do Purim. We're going to do Hanukkah.
That's right.
We're going to do the Passover. We're going to do the Feast of Weeks.
That's
Yep.
right.
You see?
Yep.
And those are the days that please the Heavenly Father,
That's
man.
right, bro.
Why? Because we saying thank you for him delivering
That's right.
us.
That's right, bro. That's right, brother.
Christmas is going to get you fucked up,
That's
nigga.
gonna get you murdered.
That's right.
Yep.
Easter going to get your ass torn to pieces, man.
That's
Mhm.
right.
You see? The Lord said he gonna destroy people that's eating swine flesh when he come back, man.
Woo!
And Easter allows you to do that.
I gotta get that.
Jesus allows you to do that.
That's right.
Gots to get that for your player.
That's right.
All right, this is Gabar Abatu, Proverbs 1 and 26, 27. It says, also, I also will laugh at your calamity. I will mock when your fear cometh. When your fear cometh as a desolation, and your destruction cometh as a whirlwind, when distress and anguish, the Lord gonna be laughing, man, through the prophets, man. That's what's gonna happen. You see? So all them people that's telling you going to hell for not celebrating Good Friday, they gonna be the ones in straits when the Lord come back, man.
That's right.
You see?
That's right,
You
bro.
found what you was looking for?
Trying to find. I know it's in Isaiah 66.
I was gonna say I can blue letter it if you need me to.
Yeah, Bobby. Cause I think I actually have it right here.
All right.
Let me see here. Yeah, please blue letter it when I'm
Alright.
looking it up too. Once I find it, I'll let you know as well.
Con, what's the word that comes
Just,
to?
if you type in mouse, it's in that chapter. It goes.
Isaiah 66 and 17.
Okay, on the next page. Thawada. This is Isaiah chapter 66, and I'm going to start at verse 16. It says, "For by fire and by his sword will the Lord plead with all flesh,
Mm-hmm.
and the slain of the Lord shall be many. They that sanctify themselves and purify themselves in the gardens, behind one tree in the midst, eating swine's flesh, and the abominable and the abomination and the mouse shall be consumed together, saith the Lord." And again, we're going into Easter as well, and it's talking about these guys. But we read earlier in Isaiah the 66th chapter, even the holy things that you do sacrifice, like that lamb that we was talking about that these guys sacrificed, it's likening unto that mouse.
That's right.
It's likening unto that swine's flesh, man.
That's what I'm saying, because you holding your Passover, slaughtering this lamb in the name of Jesus Christ. You know what I'm saying? Bro, all you niggas that keep on hollering Christ like that, that's a Hebrew Israelite group. That's what I'm saying, bro. That Christ crap, bro. You know who your audience is, bro. Your audience know who you talking about. Why you can't say the name of the Lord?
Right.
You see?
Yeah.
Because they done told us
That's a
that we
good
say the
point.
name of the Lord too much.
Oh, wow.
I done heard that before. You know what I'm saying? Nate talking about, I scorned when I heard the name Yahweh Shai because it's associated with number wickedness. That's a beautiful bird right there, man. You see that?
And it's speckled, too.
Man.
Ooh, it's speckled. That bird, mad speckled.
Call all y'all by
Call all y'all by
for the
Shem Yahweh
creation,
Shai.
man.
That's the-
Straight up, man.
Yeah, that's the spectator in the audience right there, man.
Matter of fact, I'm going to crack the window.
Yeah.
Yeah. Get edified.
That's a spectator in the audience right there, man. Yeah. Yup. Hey.
That cat still be coming over here too.
Oh, really?
LeBron, that cat, that cat that wouldn't leave you alone.
Man,
bro, he still be coming over here looking for you, bro. Yeah, nigga be in my backyard eating like a mug.
Oh, man, my partner.
I ain't tripping.
Well, this is back in the Passover, Exodus 12. You know, now we was all in the spirit though. At the end of the day, it's all through the spirit.
That's right.
But this is Exodus chapter 12, verse 8. "And they shall eat the flesh in the night and roast it with fire, and unleavened bread and the bitter herb they shall eat it, and not of it raw, nor sodden at with water."
That's what I'm saying, bro. I don't know about these other Israelite groups, man, but you don't never heard nothing about bitter herb. You hear about all these other stuff that they cooking. You know what I'm saying? But, bro, if you don't got the bitter herb, shit, the bitter herb is the star of the show.
That's the start, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Outside of the lamb, but, bro, you got the lamb, you got the oil, you got the unleavened bread. You know what I'm saying? You got the bitter herb. You know? And you eating it in haste.
That's right,
Go
bro.
ahead.
But roast with fire, his head with his legs, and with the pertinence thereof, And ye shall let nothing of it remain until the morning, and that which remaineth of it in the morning shall ye burn with fire.
There ain't no to-go place.
Yeah, I was just thinking.
Ain't no to-go place. That's why I say you should not be walking away from the Passover with a foil cover plate.
Shalom up.
You see?
Yeah.
The water.
And that's the whole point. You don't need your Passover to be all that big and elaborate, because the scripture even said, if your household is small and you don't cook too much lamb, you give something to your neighbor.
That's right.
You make sure everybody that needs to be covered by that lamb and that blood, everybody that needs to be involved, and that's it. And then you burn the rest.
That's right.
You see?
That's right, bro.
Go ahead.
Verse 11, and thus shall ye eat it with your loins girded, your shoes on your feet, and your staff in your hand, and ye shall eat it in haste.
That's what I'm saying, man. You ain't doing that at a festival, man. Don't nobody party in haste.
Right. That's right.
Because when you party, you don't want the party to end.
Right. That's right.
But that's what I'm saying. Those that's partying gonna be the ones that get caught slipping.
That's right.
Go ahead.
It is the Lord's Passover.
It's the Lord's Passover, man.
Not
The Lord's Passover led to deliverance.
That's right, brother.
Hezekiah's did not.
Woo!
Don't throw that shit at us. We read about Hezekiah's
Right.
Passover.
Right.
Probably when you was doing some other shit.
Gone.
Don't get it twisted.
Yeah.
We get Hezekiah's Passover, bro.
Gone. That's right,
It's
bro.
in the scriptures.
That's right.
Cool.
That's right.
Focus on the Passovers that lead to deliverance, though.
Gone, brother.
If you want to be delivered.
Right. Just to land back, if I may, when you look at Hezekiah's Passover, it more acted as a spiritual representation of us that were unclean and, through getting back in, man. That feast represents Yahweh Shai and us partaking in that with mirth. Not saying that but you know what I'm saying? We're with joy because we have the Spirit, man.
Right.
When you look at Hezekiah's Passover, it wasn't perfect.
Yeah.
It wasn't the way that to the T how it was supposed to be, but we're doing that in the Spirit, and
It's
through
the
Yahweh
times.
Shai, it makes us perfect.
It's the times that we living in.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? With Hezekiah's Passover, we hadn't had the Passover in
Right.
in generations.
That's right.
Yeah.
You see? So we get why it was a celebration, but now ain't the time to be celebrating, bro.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. They didn't have missile play back then.
Yeah.
They got missile play now.
That's right, bro.
You got to understand what time you in, man. The Lord even got on the wicked scribes and Pharisees and shit. Jacob be like, man, my elbow's starting to tighten up. Must be finna rain. Oh, winter coming and shit. I can feel it in my back. You know what I'm saying? But then you got all this war being propagated. But you don't see the wars and rumors of wars. The earthquakes and rumors and all that. None of that. Nothing. Fine.
That's right, bro. That's right.
Oh, man.
So I was trying to find a precept real quick, but it's all good. It's all good, But I'm gonna keep reading this in Exodus 12. It says, Exodus 12:12, for I will pass through the land of Egypt this night, and I will smite all the firstborn in the land of Egypt.
That's gonna happen in Babylon, man. That's gonna happen in Babylon, bro. Go ahead.
Both man and beast. And against all the gods of Egypt, I will execute judgment. I am Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai.
We living in a time where that's gonna happen in Babylon, man.
That's right, bro.
You know what I'm saying? So trying to have the most extravagant Passover ever in the history of Israel during the times that we living in, it ain't gonna happen. The Lord had already blocked it.
That's
now
right.
you scrambling trying to do it anyway, which means you bucking up against the Spirit,
That's right.
which is gonna make it worse. Go ahead.
For the blood shall be with you for a token, which means sign, upon your houses where ye are. And when I see the blood, I will pass over you, and the plague shall not be upon you to destroy you when I smite the land of Egypt.
That's what I'm saying, man. The Lord say, look, I'm finna destroy this place, man, and I'm telling you how to protect yourself.
That's right.
You see? He not telling these other groups how to protect themselves, man,
Right.
because they not hearkening to what the Passover is about.
That's right.
That's right.
No, you got it.
This is a quick precept.
Come.
This is Jeremiah chapter 23, verse 1. Woe be unto the pastors that destroy and scatter the sheep of my pastor, saith Yahweh.
Come.
Yeah.
Break it down.
Yeah, come. I'll reread it for you, brother. This is back in Jeremiah chapter 23, verse 1. Woe be unto the pastors that destroy and scatter the sheep of my pastor, saith Yahweh.
That's what's happening, man. You got dudes that's destroying the flock, man.
That's right.
Even though you got the 2/3 of the nation of Israel, they still Israelites, man. And if you got a hand in their destruction, you're gonna have to pay for it.
That's right.
Period.
That's right. Beautiful. Come.
right.
And yeah, I mean, we might have to, you know what I'm saying?
How much time?
distribute to the
How much?
phone. It's at like it's at like 4% right now.
Oh, all right. Well, yeah. Let's yeah. We can just find a precept to end it on.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what's up. Listening to something strong.
Con, that's a bet. That's a bet. Well, I got Psalms 51 out held because it went into the doorpost.
That's what's up. That's what's up because we need mercy at the end of the day, man.
That's right. That's
and
right.
if you don't feel you need mercy, you